Forza Horizon. Is it good? Yeah. Forza Horizon is an open world arcade racer set in Colorado. The game has 3 different steering modes: assisted, normal and simulation. While simulation was my favourite as it was the most responsive, I found it hard to correct oversteer and to initiate drifts, so I stuck with normal. During events, you'll either be street racing, closed circuit racing, or taking part in events where you'll race against stuff like helicopters and planes. I completed every single event in the game and played on medium difficulty before I upgraded to hard when medium became too easy. But the opponents became far too predictable. Nearly every race they take off like a bat out of hell, gradually getting slower as the race goes on, letting you pick them all off one by one until there's just one left to overtake. Overtaking the last opponent would often happen close to the finish line, which is exciting, but it wore off after a while as, like I said, it became very predictable. I didn't win every race first try, but this is mainly because you're racing on tracks you've never seen before, so you have to find your braking points and where you could maybe get a sneaky shortcut. I had the racing line turned on for turns only, which in any realistic racing game I would say is a big cheat. But unfortunately, in the street races, the game doesn't do a good job at letting you know where to go. To find out, you have to look at the bottom left of your screen to look at the minimap, which, when you're doing over 100 miles an hour on a busy road with traffic, is not ideal. But the racing line assist is not a cheat as it's very conservative. It would often recommend hard braking when all that was required was a little bit of lift and coast. I never played the game when it came out, but it was such a nostalgia trip as the game is full of cars that are now at least 12 years old and beyond. There's over 100 cars from most of the biggest names in the automobile industry. These cars can all be upgraded and downgraded to fit certain event criteria. Each part of a car can be individually adjusted, but you can just do what I did and let the computer decide what the best upgrades are for each car. Another thing that hit me with nostalgia was the car radio. There's 3 stations: Bass Arena, which would play drum and bass, Pulse, which would play noughties indie music, and Horizon Rock. This game was full of so many great songs that I'd loved growing up, some of which I hadn't heard for over 15 years. The only issue with the radio is you have to change it with the D-pad. Changing the station locks it to that station for 5 seconds, so you can't quickly change to your favourite station, which, like the minimap, during a race, not ideal. The graphics are unreal for an Xbox 360 game. This must be the best looking game I've seen on this console. The frame rate, unfortunately, it's 30 frames per second, even though I was playing it on an Xbox Series X. But it was locked and I'd never saw any dips, so I got used to it pretty quick. Unfortunately, the online servers have been shut down, so a big portion of the game and its different modes are no longer available, and thus I'm not able to review them. That was Forza Horizon, and I give it a 7 out of 10.